All right, Wednesday, the 19th of August, it's 6:15, and you're watching Not the News, and it looks a little different this morning. We'll explain. Lyndon Blake is in for Nikki. Nikki just landed in Italy,
Poor
and
thing.
she's in her private car to Lake Como.
She's really struggling.
So we got that going for us. And then this came out of the blue.
Howdy, everybody. Good morning.
You delivered for me one of the most iconic movie lines in the history of my life, and it has to do with not Dr. Pepper, what you're drinking right now.
Chip, I'm all jacked up on Mountain Dew.
Do you know who this is?
I know who this is.
I know you know who this is.
Talladega Nights
We go way back.
legend Grayson Russell joining us. He had, and my favorite part about that line, and you got to take us through it.
It
We'll get
was
into it a
a
little bit.
child delivering.
It was improv.
That was improv?
That was all. They just figured out we were ignorant enough to say whatever they told us to, and so they were like, okay. And so they would just yell stuff at us, and we would scream it.
I just when an actor delivers a line like that, that's so iconic. You immediately know it at the moment you hear it. You're like, that. I'll never forget that. So anyway, good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Thank you for joining us on the stream on YouTube. It's Not the News. I want to mention that we're at the Music City Work Club. And we are here on Alabama Avenue, and that's our home right now. And they have a whole bunch of events coming up this weekend. I'll mention that later. Also, Pure Turf, one of our sponsors, and Mother to Mother, and we will get to that. We didn't mention sponsors last show. They pay the bills.
Strike one.
Right,
Yep.
so that was a big mistake. Grayson, you have a lot going on. You did not go to sleep last night.
I did not. But
You
that's okay.
stayed up all night. You're
Well,
a musician.
I took a big nap yesterday is really what screwed me up. And then I got to playing on the pool table till about 2 o'clock this morning. And I got into bed about 3 and was like, I just,
Ride it
I
out.
laid in the bed. I tried. I gave it a valiant attempt. But
Did you ever pull an all-nighter working the morning shift?
I did a lot, actually.
It's
and
very-
the
yes.
crazy thing is, because you do
not a degenerate.
you do you do an evening event, and you're
still
the
up.
adrenaline
Yeah,
is going,
you're still
right?
pumping.
And so then you lay in bed and you start looking at the clock, going, if I fall asleep now, I got 3 hours. If I fall asleep now, I got 2.5 hours. And then you're done.
Yeah,
and
you're
when
toast.
you start watching the clock like that, you are done. So it's great to have you with us. It was fun having you as a guest last week, and now for the next 2 shows, you're going to be here, and it's terrific. We love it. So
Yes.
and for those that don't stay up all night, this is kind of a new show for us. This is the 4th time doing it.
My first time.
And this is your first time, so you have about as much experience as
We're
all
all
the
just
hosts
doing it.
together
Yeehaw.
in here.
Oh.
So it's wonderful. Nikki, as mentioned, might join us here. She's in a car right now, and we'll see how this. I don't know how that works.
I just really want to see what she's up to.
I know.
Because Lake Como,
It came out of the blue.
out of the blue. This is a summer of out of the blue travel. I've called it like the
went to Israel, like, on
last second 12-hour notice. That's why it's been called a not on my bingo card summer. Like just things that you didn't expect to do.
First time I heard that.
Really?
How about any strange travel?
Oh, I've been all over.
Tell me.
Rotterdam, Berlin, Glasgow, London, Australia by way of Dallas
He
Fort
wins.
Worth Airport. I was in San Diego this weekend. I think I'm here for a week or 2 now. I'm not entirely sure. It just kind of.
Is that been with
That's a
Elizabeth
musician.
Nichols?
That was with Liz. Most of the European stuff, and so
Okay.
then I came off the road with her 2 weeks ago because my stuff's blowing and going. Hallelujah. So now I'm just back and forth.
I feel like I am understanding everything you're talking about because I started watching Nashville again 2 weeks ago. And so I am like very into okay, I'm doing this gig, then I'm going out on my own and like tour schedules and like meetings and stuff. So like I'm like getting your lifestyle maybe for the first
I
time
have
in my
no
life.
idea where I'm gonna be next week because it's just as likely. And the film stuff really helped, I think, acclimate me and my family to the idea of not having an actual schedule because my folks have always had a very strict
Right.
schedule.
Yeah.
So you're Dwayne Dixon on Blue Ridge too.
Yes,
hey,
sir.
Dwayne.
Hey, Dwayne. What's
Dwayne.
going on, boss?
Dwayne.
Dwayne. They put a apostrophe on my trailer, so I'm Dwayne.
You did like a quick appearance in the first season, and then they brought you back.
They brought me
full-time,
back
so
as a regular,
People
which was
like
a
you for
blessing.
some reason.
Yes, sir. Hallelujah. At least they do. At least that bunch does.
So this is like mountain life, which we know can be a little out there.
Yes, ma'am.
And there's just the sheriff, and he's dealing with all this. I feel like
John
small
Shake
town.
is the sheriff, right?
Yeah.
Shake
So
is the sheriff.
we've talked to John before, big Laxbro, right?
Yeah. Big lax guy, lax
Gotcha.
bro.
Noted.
But he described. Go ahead, keep going because you're.
Well, no,
you're
I just
right-
think it's like, I just love this dynamic because we're both from small town Alabama. Some would call us like small town trash. And
I
feel
thought he
like,
was from the Northeast. That accent sounded like
Oh,
it was
really?
New
He's
York
like
or
from,
something
yeah,
like
New
that.
York, yeah.
Massachusetts, New York.
yeah, founding father over there, like the hair.
It's the hair, yeah.
it's the hair.
I left my wig on the
Wendy's cup and
nightstand.
then the hair.
Yes.
He's got the Wendy's cup and then the hair, and I'm like,
Wait,
I'm like,
we should have put
Grayson,
you in pigtails.
Literally, you're
Should
gingering it
have.
up on us today.
I had cornrows.
He's ginger maxing.
Ginger maxing.
Ginger
100%.
maxing. Oh my gosh. But like it's like small town like crime and drama and Dwayne gets caught up in a lot of it. How fun is it to kind of like really lean into that, like where you come
It's fantastic. It took me a week or two to realize I was essentially kind of playing the village idiot. Which coming from the middle of nowhere was like, cool. I'm gonna slam together
Should be yourself.
eight
Yes.
of the individuals that I went to high school with.
Exactly.
And then, myself included. And it's been a really good time. I get to improv a lot, and I'm not naturally one predisposed to that. But I think it took them about a week or two to realize that I might get redneckery a little better than they
Redneckery.
do. So they're like, go ahead. And so it's been a blast. It's been an absolute blast to get to do that and stretch it out in my adult career rather than just, as a kid.
Yeah. What's been the biggest difference between acting as a kid and then now acting as an adult? Like, do you prep different? Does it feel different? Or are you like, this just comes natural?
The prep is the same.
Okay.
The biggest hurdle for me was the first 9 films I did, I was a minor. So my mom had to be with me with Insider Sound at all times.
How'd you convince her to leave Clanton? Like, it's hard.
Oh, it was all the good Lord. Talladega Nights was an audition in the newspaper at Clay Chalkville High School, and the only reason we went was because Dad went fishing and me and Mom were bored.
No,
I couldn't read.
freaking way.
Dad went fishing,
Landed
me
in my
Mom
and,
was
and so
born.
once that kind of happened, like I said, acclimating to a schedule, then we got a call and it's like, in 2 weeks you need to rope off your schedule for 2 months to come to Charlotte, North Carolina, and this is what you're going to be doing. No different than Wimpy Kid. They called and said, hey, in 2 weeks we need you to report to Vancouver, British Columbia. Greyhound that we got the Oscar nomination for, they said, we need you in 4 days to come to Baton Rouge, mark off your schedule for 180 days. You start boot camp with the Navy and Marines on Tuesday. So that has really kind of helped with the schedule of kind of the music tempo of I'm going to be somewhere this weekend and I'll figure it out on Thursday, and that's just kind of how it rolls.
So you don't have the calendar on your refrigerator because what's the point?
No.
No, he just found out he has a goddaughter
I got a goddaughter
like a week ago.
a week ago,
Brand
brand
new?
new,
Hey,
4
by the-
pounds, 15 ounces.
Oh my gosh,
She's a
little
tiny
baby.
thing.
She's
She's
a tiny
awesome.
little
I hadn't met her
thing.
yet.
Oh,
I got a
wow.
goddaughter.
Hey, by the way, if you're watching on the stream, if you have a question for Grayson, please send it in. And
Fire
good
it
morning
out.
to you for watching. We appreciate you so very, very much. You're a godfather.
My godfather.
No,
Yes.
Oh, wow.
that
Need
changes
to poke my
everything in the
cheeks out a
life,
little
right?
bit. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
When we were in London, I got our teddy bear from Harrods.
Harrods, yeah.
Because apparently that's something cool.
I
don't
know
shop,
nothing
but that's a
about
cool
that.
thing.
It's the biggest store you'll ever set foot
It's a
in. It
whopper.
goes on.
It's a
forever.
whopper. But the biggest difference from a kid actor to an adult actor
Yes.
is that I've always had my mom with me. So for those first 9, 10 films, and so I could always look past the cameras, and I knew that Mom was back behind the monitors, and she could tell me, "Hey, you need to pick your eyes up." Like
She'd coach you.
all the technicalities of what she was able to see from the monitors that I wasn't.
And she has no experience doing this. She just did it as a natural, like.
No, she
like,
was being my
son,
mom and helping as
son,
best
chin up,
she could.
shoulders back,
Yeah. And,
son.
and so that was the biggest hurdle in my adult career, was not having a second back there that I could look and could tell by the way she looked at me whether I was doing it right or not.
It's
if
like the
that makes
equivalent
sense.
of being a pitcher and having like your dad stand behind
100%.
home plate. And like
100%.
you have a coach, but like you're gonna look at your dad's reaction
100%
too.
every time. And so that was the big thing, is really leaning into my own, trusting my own self-awareness as an adult and knowing, okay, I have done this my whole life. Looking back, like I never really considered myself to be a really decent actor at all for the first probably 15 years because of how I got into it when it was sat in my lap. Like, funny enough, I never thought that I'm going to come to you like Spider Monkey or I'm going to jack up Mountain Dew. It was really all that funny. I didn't understand, by the grace of God, I'm happy everybody else thinks it was. But it wasn't until I was working on Blue Ridge and I was cutting up an Instagram reel and I came across the "one of you turds is about to get smacked in the mouth" line from Talladega Nights, and I looked at it and I was like, dang.
That's it.
I don't know if my timing would be that good right now. Like, I don't know if I could land it that well in this moment. And so once
you start second guessing yourself.
Yeah.
Well, you were just being you.
Now I'm able to look back and appreciate it and go, okay, maybe I am half decent at this.
Yeah.
And so with Blue Ridge, I've really been able to lean into it with the same freedom that I had with Wimpy Kid, which I played Fregley, who is in the Diary of Wimpy Kid movies, who's this real kind of awkward, unique, Urkel type character. And they really, in the same way, just trusted me to do it and let me run. And so I've been really blessed to have the same situation with the crew on Blue Ridge, and they just they put a microphone on me even when I don't have any lines, and they're like, "You're just
be you.
You're here early.
That's
It doesn't
so
not make sense
it.
for you to be in this scene, so go for it."
Oh.
Thank you for the message. I know I have a tag on my shirt. Thank you very much.
Did you know that?
Well, I didn't have any laundry, so I went over to Nordstrom and I got this shirt, and I'm going to return it after the show this morning. But thank you so much for that. I appreciate that.
And we're giving the woman in Italy a hard time.
Dude. But hey, Nordstrom, like, you got to leave the tag on. Like, they're no Target.
Well, it's very funny. I ran into a friend of mine, Terry Hendricks, and she's married to Scott Hendricks, who produced a couple albums in town, like Brooks and Dunn, Garth Brooks.
Yeah. Not a big deal.
And
Not
so
a big
Terry's
deal.
looking at me with these clothes, and she's like, "Oh, shopping?" And I was like, "I need 3 shirts for the next 3 shows, and then I'm just going to bring them back and get some new shirts after that." And she was, the lady between us listening to our conversation was literally rolling in the aisle, going, "I can't believe I'm actually hearing this right now." So do you want to talk about your house situation real quick before we go to the traffic?
What about it?
You're looking at buying a house?
Oh, yeah.
You're in the
okay.
real estate market right now.
I'm so in. I'm not going to give away my idea.
And the only reason I bring this up, Grayson, is because the show is supposed to be a little newsy.
Yeah. Well, so.
And a little not the newsy.
And a little not the newsy.
And a little not the newsy. But yeah, real estate market right now, I'm so invested because owned a home in Alabama now for the first time, like shopping in Nashville. And it is such an ordeal because Nashville is such a hot city. But I'm fascinated with the trends, and we're getting to that point where stuff is sitting right now for the first time since before
Ever.
COVID.
Right.
So it's very exciting to be out there and touring. And, one thing that Nashville does so good, all the real estate agents are good at social media, and they all post all these videos like comment cottage, comment ranch, comment best house in town, and they'll send you the link, and it's just been so fun. But then I saw this report from Redfin that Nashville is like the second best city in America right now
for buyers, not sellers.
So it sucks if your house is on the market,
right.
But if you're trying to get rid of it, call me. That's why it's
Zillow
so fun.
won't leave my email inbox alone.
Really?
I don't even know how they got my email.
Okay,
they know everything about us.
They know everything.
I'm just the fact that you mentioned it right now.
My inbox is Zillow going, hey, there's a house
in the next
somewhere.
5 minutes, I'll get a notification from Zillow.
I get, yeah.
But it used to be, that's why it's kind of fun right now, because the last time I bought, seller's market, and you're writing letters. You're like,
I'll fit into this neighborhood.
You're like, I was class president in high school, and I want my children to grow up, and I'm not even married yet, but I want them to grow up in this neighborhood. I could see us painting this nursery light blue. Like, you had to go for it.
Begging.
And then you would still get dumped. Yeah. Even if you put in $30,000, like over asking price, and then you would find yourself at Taco Mama. This is my personal experience. Getting a picture of margaritas and being like, no one wants me. Like, what's wrong with me? And now it's kind of fun. You're like,
that was only a few years ago, right? And it's literally changed on down. David Park does traffic for us, guys. And Grayson, if I call you Gray Man, it's because my nephew's Grayson, and I call him Gray Man.
That's perfect.
And David's going to join us now after we roll that video of Nikki driving to work.
Oh, perfect.
It actually does look a little like Talladega Nights in a way. How you doing, Mr. Park?
I'm doing quite well. How about you?
Well, I'm doing okay there.
You're sure
Appreciate you.
doing quite well too. We've all noticed. Trust me.
Well, I didn't put any deodorant on, so when I return, it doesn't smell.
Well,
That's too much
doesn't smell
information.
that-
You didn't
in
put
that particular
deodorant
fashion.
on,
Right.
but then it's
But
gonna
he still has
smell.
a tag on his shirt, so
I
it levels it out.
I showered
Okay.
last week. Okay, so, buddy, I see something going on behind you.
You do. We are working a few problems already around town. Was over in Lebanon. We got an entry crash on Sparta Pike just off I-40. Over in Donaldson, son of Donald, got another crash on Lebanon Pike at McGavick Pike. That one also might have injuries, so crews on the scene there. And on our right shoulder, we've got a problem coming in from the Bellevue area. This is 40 coming eastbound, right at the Highway 70 South exit. Crews are on the scene. We got the flashing lights. Fortunately, volume's light enough coming in from Bellevue right now that it's not really a traffic tire-upper, but so you watch out for the flashing lights, and we are starting to see the volume in the usual spots, so just be ready for it.
All right, and I'm finding your afternoon TikTok traffic updates more important than I really thought. So we appreciate you doing that on
Thanks,
all your
sir.
free time, brother.
Well, I have no free time now, but it's me back in the saddle again. I did this for a dozen years, and I'm back doing my thing.
Well, we like it. You're a natural. Thank you, buddy. We'll see you in a half hour, okay?
Cool.
Unless something happens between now and then, just reach out. We'll get you on.
Okay, this is really
Roger
funny. Thank you so much, David. My mother's obviously tuning in from Alabama, and I just checked my phone, and she called you Nick. Yeah,
I'm
she's
Nick.
Yeah, she goes, "Hey, just Nick. Does he know he has a tag on his shirt?" So that was.
I was getting text messages and like, yeah, I get it because it's dangling right there, and I really don't think I'm going to keep the shirt. So I think I'm going to return it.
You know, I think you should be.
Do you like the shirt?
I do like
you
the
like the shirt?
shirt.
I kind of like the shirt.
I'm keeping the shirt.
Oh man, he's committed.
I just did it.
Ladies
Wow.
and
Okay,
gentlemen.
Mini
Wow.
Pearl,
Katie, bar the door.
it's gone. That's right.
That's my favorite thing about Target, though. Like one time, I broke a lamp from there. Like I broke the wire in half trying to set it up.
You just
and I was
walk
like,
in.
I'm just gonna return it. And my husband was like, "What? Like, how are they?" I'm like, "They don't ask questions."
Right.
I brought it back in 2 pieces. I was like, "Just didn't work out." They're like,
didn't
"Okay,
work
thank
out.
you." And then
I bring stuff back there that they don't even sell, and they take it. I mean, that's the deal.
That's one way to do it.
Grayson, you have a music career too. We're talking about your acting too, but you're an accomplished guitar player and stuff like that. So,
Yes, sir.
do you have any big things happening in Nashville on the music front?
So most of my stuff is out of town.
Yeah.
I started touring doing gospel when I was 5 with
Yeah.
my parents. So I've done music my whole life, and so I've been the front man I've had my own Southern rock band, which is just Grayson Russell, for the past 9 years, and so we've opened for 7 or 8 Grammy winners.
How'd you come up with the name?
It just kind of
Just
just happened.
Yeah.
Just happened that way. And I guess I can announce it. I just got asked to open for Brantley Gilbert at Talladega the night before the race.
That seems like it's
for the 20th
going well for
anniversary.
you.
So I'm pretty pumped about that.
okay, have you ever been to Talladega, the race?
I have not. Oh, now
It's
you're
gnarly.
I haven't.
No,
I haven't been to Neyland for a football game. I haven't been to Talladega for a race. I drove by Elvis's house. I've been here for 30 years, and I don't. I need to get out more.
You're too busy shopping all the time to do anything. This is epic. The infield concert the night before Talladega, I mean, literally the time of my life. I've chipped a tooth during that concert.
Yeah, you did.
In college. Like, you are going to own that entire venue.
We'll see.
I mean, I feel like you're just going to be levitating. Like, this is your homecoming.
Yes, ma'am. So I hadn't been back to Talladega since we filmed. It was probably 17 or 18 years. And doing Blue Ridge, Ty Dillon, he's a NASCAR driver. His wife, Haley, is one of the actresses on Blue Ridge.
Yeah.
And she was like, hey, anytime you want to come to a race, come on. And no one had ever invited me to come to a race. So I got to go to Talladega for the first time last April.
What did you think?
They have the me car with the stuffed cougar in it on wheels, like a set piece at Dollywood.
Yep.
I have my own little redneck theme park.
Yep.
And it's incredible. It's a blessing because, I mean, we are 20 years removed from Talladega Nights. There's pictures that Mom took of me up against the semi-trucks with the cars in them. And the last pictures I have at Talladega are up against Ricky Bobby Talladega Nights semi-truck. Whole deals there in the infield. So it's wild to still see people in their Wonder Bread onesies or their Old Spice onesies or their, Perrier 55 situations. It's a blessing. That's all the good Lord.
Do you
the
get
Cougar cars, iconic.
Yeah.
Do you get the people looking at you going, I know you from somewhere? And
Usually-
but because now that you're sitting here for a while and I've kind of gotten used to it, now I see you as an actor in Talladega Nights. But when you first walked to the door, it's like, I don't see it. I can't remember. And then,
Yeah.
right?
That's usually how it goes with Talladega Nights. If they look at me long enough and then they hear me talk, they kind of get it right here and they're like, "Oh snap, that's the Spider Monkey Kid." But sometimes I'll get Fregley from Wimpy Kid.
Yeah.
Because at least at that point in my life, I still had a lot of red hair, and so I don't, look like I did when I was 12 or 13. But Fregley I get more often. But the more time I spend with people, they're like, I think, what else do you do? It's like Talladega Nights. Like, yeah, it's right there in the eyes.
I totally
I
get
can't
that.
wait. Brantley Gilbert's amazing too. I mean, Bama people love Alabama. Do Connecticut people love Connecticut?
Maine people love Maine.
Okay.
And that's where my family is. We spent time in Connecticut when my dad was running a TV station there.
Yeah.
But Maine is kind of I always say that Maine and the South are very similar in the way that people are with each
Really?
other.
Okay,
Right?
yeah.
Because we have to rely on each other more so than I think anywhere else.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you develop these deep bonds with people. That's just amazing. They're lifelong, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you haven't seen someone in 30 years from your hometown, and you see them, and it's kind of like picked right up from yesterday. You talk about the same stuff you were talking about 30 years ago.
One of the
Exactly.
coolest Alabama connections I've had out on the road playing. I was with Liz. We were playing in Rotterdam, and I'm setting up on the stage, and they're bringing up the next act while I'm setting my stuff up. And, of course, they're emceeing, and they're introducing everyone in Dutch. And so the guy comes up, and I've got my head down. It's pitch black, and then he goes, slap out. Montgomery, Alabama. And I'm going, who here is from Montgomery? Tyler Braden walks up, plays a
No
set.
way.
I had never met him before. I had no idea who he was. Shook his hand. He goes, "Oh yeah, man. I worked at Guitar Center on Bond Road in Montgomery. You and your dad used to come in there all the time when you were 10 or 11." And I'm like, "Holy cow, dude! It took 15 years for me to run into you, and we run into each other in Rotterdam in
Yeah.
the Netherlands."
That is insane.
Yeah,
But I'm not
yeah.
even shocked because Alabama, Ella Langley, Riley Grant, they're having
Red Clay
a
Strays,
country.
Alabama.
Red Clay Strays.
Jessie Murph is. I think she's from Huntsville.
She's from Huntsville.
Alabama
was an
is
Athens
killing it
cheerleader when
right
I was
now.
working in Huntsville. But the Red Clay Strays.
No, you
are
keep going.
okay.
Oh, that's the band I want to see.
They're,
Really-
you will
incredible.
levitate, but my
They're
favorite
incredible.
part about them, they still played at Camp Asca this past year, which is a special needs camp
I
there
saw
on
that.
Lake Martin.
I saw that.
And I'm like, you guys are at the top of your game. Everyone wants to see you. You're selling out Madison Square Garden, but you still come back to Alabama to this children's camp in Tallapoosa County and play for kids.
They're precious. I was
precious.
on Lake Mitchell with my folks for the 4th, and somebody started hollering, "Hey, there just went one of the fellas from Red Clay Strays on his pontoon boat." My cousin lives 3 lake houses down from him,
Wow.
or from his family.
Yeah.
And so they've all been really,
We got to
really
get a
kind,
compound
real
in
sweet to
Nashville,
me.
just like an Alabama neighborhood with everyone up here, like
So,
Maine.
is your mom Joan, by the way?
No.
Okay,
Is
I'm
she-
getting
is-
lots of comments about my tag.
Hello,
It's
Joan.
gone now.
Mama Joan. You know how to be
Oh,
a
my
mama.
mom did say though.
But
Speaking
Joan's-
of Ella, she's choosing us over my dad's show.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
There-
Thanks.
Shots fired.
Shots fired.
Shots fired.
What's Joan saying?
What's that?
What is Joan saying?
She just said Neil has a clothing tag hanging under his armpit.
That's a hit.
That
you
is,
should do
yeah.
that every time. I mean, it's just running up engagement here. At
It
this
was-
Yeah,
point.
Greg, nice tack on your shirt.
It was a $69 shirt that I got for $39.
Praise the Lord.
Right. So literally, I had to take it.
It's coming down, everybody. It's coming down.
That's right.
Neil wearing a tag is a tribute to Minnie Pearl.
Mini
Yeah,
Pearl,
it is.
yes.
It sure is. It's a nod.
Absolutely.
Howdy.
Wow.
I'm so proud to be here.
I love
She
that.
was such, she lived next to the governor, right? Her
Mm-hmm.
home was next to the governor. I met her at the Grand Ole Opry when I
Wow.
first moved to town, right?
Wow.
Sweet, sweet person. And so yes, it was an absolute tribute right there. I had a $1,000 handshake 2 days ago. Have you ever had a $1,000 handshake?
No.
See, I left my key out here. I was wondering if someone was going to ask me about that. I live in a condo downtown. I live on the 20th floor.
Okay.
And then I was taking Layla for a walk, and on the way out of the elevator, my neighbor Obi got out of the elevator, and we were talking about meeting up and just talking. Anyway, I reached out to shake his hand, my neighbor, and my key in my hand fell between the elevator and it
Oh,
went
no.
20 stories down.
No, I've
Actually,
always
26
worried about that. I've
stories.
always been scared I'd drop my phone or something.
You
down it.
couldn't have. So my keychain, you couldn't have fit it down like if you were trying, but it just perfectly went through. So in the middle of the night, middle of the night, 7 o'clock, I had to call the elevator company. They had to come, get my key out. It obviously had shattered. I
Yes.
needed the fob to get in and out of the place, and it cost me $1,000 to get the key back. So it was. So I told Obie, he was like, "That was $1,000 handshake we had the other day."
Man.
Wow.
I was
Wait,
hoping
time
somebody
out. It
shook your
cost you
hand
a-
with $1,000.
I know,
That's what I
right?
was waiting for.
Wait, I need a price breakdown. You had to pay the elevator company?
Yeah, it's just
So you haven't even, that's going to be $500.
I don't know what's going to be, but it's they have them come out special hours and then go down the elevator shaft. And he said it was on 3 different floors, right? The fob was on one floor, the battery's on another floor. And the
We'll have to pay
I
for
mean,
sure.
if you're going to do it,
We went big. So, so that was kind of fun this week there. Nikki said that if she gets to Lake Como, she will join us here in just a few minutes.
Perfect.
What are there any news stories happening in Nashville that get your attention? I'm just curious, Grayson. I do when I'm around town. Like, do you pay attention to like Metro Council talking about a drone surveillance bill?
no, but educate me. I'd like to know about that. That seems like something important to know.
It's literally, and this comes to us from one of our friends that sending us stories, and I'll get it in one second. I'm a little disheveled at this point. A bill that would establish rules for Metro's use of unmanned aircraft and surveillance technology is on the second reading right now.
Is that the flock cameras?
So those are the license plate reading cameras that I think are sitting in boxes right now and unused right now. But the flock cameras are a big discussion around the world
Yeah.
because of the privacy issues that are associated with it. And to me, it's very interesting because I think the drone surveillance bill is along the same lines, right?
Yeah.
If you're going to regulate what they're doing with their drones, then certainly that applies to cameras, right? What do you think about the flock cameras? Does that bother you?
You know, yes and no. This is why it's like so interesting, because you want like small government type deal, or a lot of people do, and just like want that, but then you want safety, but it's like at what point is
Yeah, where does
the
where's
line
that
drawn
crossover?
between
Yeah.
like safety and like protecting people, and then like you should be able to live your life without being spied on?
Yeah.
I need to look more into it, because I know like statewide in Tennessee, that's been a big discussion.
Right.
And
Well,
yeah.
And by the way, it comes from Nash.news. I apologize about that. So I feel like all of us carry these around right now, right? Even when they're off.
If you
they're-
want to know where I'm at, you can find me on that thing.
So I'm saying that we've already given up so much privacy in this life right now that the flock cameras don't bother me as much unless it comes down to a situation where they're like, I guess the one example they use
I'm
is an
Googling, yeah.
ex-boyfriend watching where his ex was moving around town on those. That's creepy, wrong, and that person would be doing something illegal no matter what. But I think if you put the right guardrails up on this stuff and make sure that it's only crime related or traffic violation related, go
This
ahead.
is kind of funny.
Oh,
Okay.
no, okay.
So I'm googling like why
Here
it's
we
like
go.
Here we
but
go.
It's like,
Down the hole we go.
We
Yeah.
just let
They're
Lyndon out the
saying
bag. Here
that
she goes,
flock
everybody.
cameras over time can reveal intimate details of your life that you may want to keep private, such as how often do you visit the doctor, which house of worship do you attend, the political rallies you join, or whose house you sleep at.
Already being watched. Don't even tell me.
15 years ago, I was talking to a Navy
So I could
SEAL.
talk about, you know what? I
Yeah.
think I'm just start wearing Depends because I'm just at 60 right now, and I think I probably should do it for safety. Now, later today on my Facebook feed, I will have ads
Depends?
for Depends on there, right?
But I mean, like this,
That was a
this
terrible
Navy
example.
SEAL put a napkin over his phone at my grandmother's house when we were having dinner, and he was like, "Sorry, the government's always listening." And I remember being like, I mean, this is like 2013, and I was like, "Oh, okay." And so we all like put our phones away and we put napkins over them. I guess that little thin piece of paper.
I know people that put tape over their camera part there, but here's the deal. I went to a meeting, and they not only made us turn our phones off, they made us leave the phones in another room. That's how paranoid we all can be at times, right?
It's my theory. It's already out there. And
What's
if
your
they
theory?
want it, they can get it.
He's when he leans back like that, he's like, I don't
He
even
has a
want to
thought.
touch this.
No, but I mean, like, if they want something on you, they'll
Oh,
get
if
it.
they want something on me, they can find it. But I'm gonna make them work for it.
Oh.
You know, like
Okay, all right, we like this. We like this.
I'll make you work for it. If there's something you want to find, you got to do some digging. I'm not gonna just like lay it out there for you. Not that there is anything to find, but if at some
I was gonna
point
say,
there
anything
is,
you want to talk about? I mean, no one's watching, so we're good.
No, but that's the thing. It's like my phone tells me where I'm gonna. Like it already says, hey, my navigation says you're going to Losers. And I'm like, brother, I'm not even planning on going to Losers. It, automates to where it thinks you're going to go. No different than going home on your car navigation. Like your phones, if they want to find you, they'll get it that way. You ain't got to take pictures.
You
I
know,
love that it just-
you know a lot of Alabama people hang over there at Losers, right?
Yeah.
Well, if you want an Alabama reunion, go over to Losers.
Look, it's talking about
A lot
getting
of,
your
lot of writers and
local
stuff in town.
HOAs involved with the flock cameras and
Oh,
what they can do. And let me
no.
tell you, I am a defund the HOA person.
Amen. That's the
Because
shirts we
let
need.
me tell you, have you ever been part of a bad HOA?
Wait, flock cameras in public areas do not bother me, but I can see why they do others, especially those with something to hide.
Yeah.
Right? So that is Creek Crew 223 watching. I just wanted to point
Creek,
that out. So
Creek
just-
Road,
Creek Crew.
Creek Crew.
Creek Crew.
Well, y'all keep what y'all are doing down there on the creek to yourselves, but you'll be mad as I am whenever they put a camera up on the side of it.
When the camera's sitting outside your house pointing directly at your front door. All right, I interrupted you. I apologize.
No, this just gets
Sorry,
me
thank
fired
y'all for
up
hanging.
because, like, until you've been in a bad HOA, like, you haven't lived life. Like,
Thankfully, I've never been in one, but I always see the horrors of
It is-
HOA
I think it
across
would be
my
a
feed.
good movie
it
or,
should be
or
like
series.
Park and
Oh,
Rec or like
100%.
Because
The
HOAs can get a
Office.
little out of control.
And
Right.
then when you have the corruption, when you have like the old neighbor in the neighborhood, like I had in Birmingham, who literally was the bane of my existence the entire time I lived there. And she would call the cops if like my dog peed on her mailbox. And I'm like, ma'am. And then we would
That's a
take to
big
the
dog.
HOA. My little foo-foo.
Oh,
like,
okay, on the post. Sorry, I was picturing. Yeah, go ahead.
were you, like they're not. I'm
I'm
not
with
putting
you.
the
I
dog
know where
in
you
the
was going
mailbox.
with that.
I appreciate
but, like,
that.
I mean, literally, if the HOA can get a hold of these flock cameras, like you want to talk about no privacy, you already don't have privacy,
Right.
Like because they will spy on you. They will see who's doing something. If you cut a bush down, they don't want in your yard. Oh,
So here's
Terror.
something fun. If you have an HOA neighborhood, and they're pretty much everywhere now, write a fake letter from the HOA and stick it in one of your neighbors' mailboxes.
Oh, that's fantastic.
And you can start a feud,
That's incredible.
right?
Hallelujah.
We noticed,
That's awesome.
We noticed that your garage door was open for several hours yesterday. It's against HOA rules to have your garage door open for more than 2 hours and send it on. Anyway,
We where I went to school in Cleveland, Tennessee, there was a house that was right next to a highway, and I guess the HOA wouldn't let them put a fence up in front of their living room window. So they grew like 2 rows of corn, just right in front of the window to their living room, right along the highway.
that is so
in
resourceful.
the middle of town. It's like, why does that house have 2 rows of corn? It took us a month to figure out. Oh, their HOA won't let them put a fence right there.
Yeah, the HOA should keep the lights
like
on,
that. I
but
guess
that's
that works.
it. Like
Yeah.
that's it.
Doodlebug says, I just want an HOA and a mailbox. I just want no HOA and a mailbox at the end of my driveway. There you
Amen.
go.
Amen.
Right?
Amen. It's a simple
a real
thing.
simple thing there. HOAs do serve a purpose, though, right?
But they need to be limited HOA,
Limited government, limited HOA.
limited HOA.
So who defines the limits?
That's where you get into this. Like, it should be the people. It should be the neighborhood people.
Okay.
Because most of the people are on the same page. You just have the crazy outliers.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, HOAs can't. You
There
can't
should be
have
age
a
and term
junkyard
limits
in your
on
front
HOA
yard.
presidents.
Term limits on
Term
HOAs.
limits on presidents.
Yeah.
HOA presidents.
Like you value an HOA when you don't have an absolute junkyard in the
Right.
front of your yard. Like that's it. But like,
fair.
do not come at me and tell me that like. I remember one time they're like, your shade of black on your shutters is not like this
The
specific
approved
shade
color,
from Sharon
right?
Williams.
That's ridiculous, but
I'm like, it's black. Like, what do you mean?
Right.
It looks like the same as everybody else. They like test it.
yeah. You go into these neighborhoods and you see that all the houses are painted the same. There's 3 designs from the builder in there, and there's this homogenous feeling about the neighborhood.
Very Stepford Wives.
Right.
Yeah.
Very much so. I was lucky. My house that I had no kill, no HOA or anything like that, and all the neighbors just basically respected each other and did things because, we cared about our properties.
Yeah.
I grew up across the road from an old folks' home, so about the only crazy things we would happen is somebody knock on the door because somebody got loose running down the road.
A wanderer.
A wanderer
I get it.
roaming the fields.
What part of town do you live in now? Not specifically.
I live on the like downtown on the west side.
Okay. Yeah,
Yes,
that's not
sir.
where I'm by Midtown. So
City boys.
we are city boys, right?
Y'all could hit the town.
That's right. I was so
Oh,
excited.
I don't need to be
I thought
any closer to town than I am.
I thought we were doing a Zoom call and you were on the set of Blue Ridge, and then you showed up, and
Here
I was
I
like,
am.
"This is awesome,
Here
man!
I
Get to
am.
sit down." And then he's like, "I have not slept. I have been up 24 hours
Well, I
now."
just couldn't go
With
to
the same
sleep.
Dr. Pepper from last
With
night.
his-
Yes,
He
yeah,
said,
but it's
"Can I
still,
bring the
it's
Dr.
still got
Pepper?"
bubbles in it. It's okay. We're still bubbling.
That's a good
It's still
advertisement.
good. It's still good.
Do you ever get Mountain Dew at places?
Sometimes.
I
What
mean,
does that
it's
do to
the
your, like,
iconic.
Well,
self?
I feel like I'm like trying to put something on. I try not to drink Mountain Dew like in front of people, if that makes sense, because it's like I'm not like trying to.
They're not paying you money.
No,
I'm
but
kidding.
I'm not
I'm-
trying to like egg you into saying like, oh,
Like,
that's
do
the
you
Mountain
know
Dew
who-
kid, so he's got
yeah.
to drink Mountain Dew. You know,
I
it's
just want to do, after we're done here, we'll go down to the Shell station. I just want you to walk in, grab a Mountain Dew, set it on the counter, turn to me and go, "Chip, I'm all jacked up on Mountain Dew."
But I do love drinking Mountain Dew. I feel weird about how people perceive me drinking Mountain Dew, like in the
Yeah.
wild, if that makes sense.
No, 100%. Like, that's very pick me. I'm dropping all these Gen Z lingos
Yeah.
today. Ginger maxing, pick me.
Ginger maxing.
I love it. I try to be cool.
Well, yes, like when I talk to my daughters, they speak a different language, and I have to try to
Yeah.
figure out what they're saying, and they'll text me these like acronyms for stuff that I've never.
Hey, I had a
no
dude pray for
freaking
me in
idea.
Creole last night. That was pretty cool.
You what?
I don't even know what that means.
He's a Haitian guy.
Oh.
It's like, hey, can I pray for you? He's like, yeah. And then I was like, where are you from? He's like, Haiti. I was like, you pray for me, and he did it in Creole. That was pretty cool. Didn't understand a word he said either.
I got prayed over at Old
But you
Smoky.
felt good afterward.
Oh Lord, yeah. I mean, that was only 4 hours ago.
I love it.
That's how he's alive right now. He got
Oh,
the
yeah.
blessing.
Laura Knight's watching down in Murfreesboro. Good morning, Laura. Thank you so much for joining us. We
Good
appreciate
morning.
you so much. You know what? There are a ton of questions here for you. Just a ton.
Ask away.
Fire away. Rapid fire.
What is your next acting role going to be after Blue Ridge?
Ooh,
Do you have anything lined up?
I quasi do, but I cannot talk about that yet. But it will be pretty cool.
Oh, that's good.
What kind of
Yes.
roles do you like to seek out?
I try to do something different every time if I can.
Okay.
With Talladega Nights, it's always kind of been a backhanded compliment in that after Talladega Nights, I was offered every like brat kid role in Western culture for the next 3 or 4 years, and so it was it was a compliment. I mean, they knew I could play that role well, but it's not something that I wanted to play
Yeah.
or be pigeonholed into. No different than Fregley was after I did that for Wimpy Kid. Then it was every Urkel kind of character for the next 2 or 3 years. So there's always I find something that I feel like I do relatively well, and I do that for a while, and then I have to pivot. Otherwise, I feel like that's all I can do. So the next one will be cool, and it'll be like nothing I've ever done before. So hallelujah.
That's another question is, I see an interview with you online with a cowboy hat on. Do you wear a cowboy hat while you're doing while you're performing?
Sometimes
Music.
It depends on how bright the sun is because I am fair skinned. And
I would never guess.
yep,
All right.
and the wind
Wow.
All right.
depends on the weather.
I love that. What kind of shows and movies are you into right now? I feel like the movie scene is having kind of this resurgence with the Odyssey.
Oh, yeah.
With
Of, like,
Project Hail
epics.
Mary. Yeah.
I'm all over the place in what I watch. I've kind of found like a weird kind of rhythm of whenever I'm working on a film, I will watch shows, but it's not going to be anything particularly like artsy. I mean, when we were doing Greyhound, which was a World War II film we did with Tom Hanks, I watched all the way through that 70s show for
Yeah.
the second or third time. Or I'll be sitting on I'll be in the hotel and I'll watch Sanford and Son, or I'll watch King of the Hill, or it tends to be a lot lighter. And then whenever I'm not working, I'm watching stuff from the 60s. And I watched, I can't even remember what it was. It was a movie from 1939 about the U.S. and the Philippines. And it was incredible. And I'm not one to normally dive that far back. I just kind of like got in an older film mood, and so I ran with it.
Because if you watch something that's similar to what you're currently working on, could that like mess with your...
Not really. I
Okay.
think it's just, okay, I'm actually doing this, so I don't feel any kind of extracurricular need to focus on anything particularly,
Okay.
Heavy in the genre of work that I'm doing. It just kind of depends, because a lot of times when you're with actors, there's a pretty hardcore drive to, hey, let's go watch this or that or whatever, and sometimes it gets real uppity and sometimes it doesn't. And so for me, usually when I'm on set, the things that I watch when I get home, I'm just kind of vegging out, and that's just it's whatever's on. But then when I'm home, it tends to be heavier pieces.
Interesting, right?
Yeah.
But that's just me. I mean, I'm sure there's plenty of people where it could be flipped. It could be totally different. But I've noticed a rhythm in my own career of a lot more lighthearted stuff when I'm actually working opposed to when I'm not.
Okay. Love that.
It's so obviously your dad went fishing and you got the job at Talladega Nights because of that. But have you gone back and done any acting training since, or you just kind of go with what you
I've
got?
never taken a
You've
class.
No improv classes, nothing like that.
There's
no nothing.
The
Nothing.
most prominent acting studio here in Nashville is called the Fourth Wall.
Yeah.
And I've had a lot of buddies once I moved to town that I knew that went to Fourth Wall, and so I would go and watch. I learned better from watching other people's.
I get that.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, right.
And so whenever I first moved to town, and right before I moved to town, I would go and watch them a pretty good bit. But I've never actually taken a class. It was really discouraged early on because, like I said, my comedic timing was so well as a child that I think I've had the same agent, McCrae Agency. I've been with Cookie since I was 6, and so they didn't want me to really get into any kind of studio or class
Sure.
that would kind of screw up what I already kind of naturally had
You're
going
just
for me.
natural.
But again, that's on the comedic side. So whenever it switches over to the dramatic stuff, it's a different ballgame. Those are different chops entirely.
Did you go back to school, like public school?
Oh yeah, I graduated with kids I went to preschool with when I was 2.
Did you go to Jemison?
I went to Clanton.
You went to Clanton,
Went to
baby.
Clanton. CCHS.
Clanton.
So I had the same teachers that my mom did, for the most part, or they went to school with my mom and
That
told
is
me.
wild.
Oh yeah, super small town.
Isn't
Oh,
it?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's like, I
That's
mean,
very- yeah.
that's
But that
so
happens
small
right here as
town.
well, right?
It
I
does.
know, before the CMA got involved in changing out the music instruments from Nashville schools, there were kids that were playing the same like violins and drums that their
Wow.
grandparents had
See, I
played.
didn't know that.
So, so it's this crazy thing where there's this connection to the past.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was pretty cool, but obviously they needed new instruments, so the CMA stepped in and got involved with that stuff. But go ahead.
That's good to hear that. No, so I'm an ambassador for CMA. So I think there's like 20 of us. So they started an ambassador program 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And so it was the first iteration of that. And so obviously music education in schools is a massive part. So that's cool to see where that actually plays itself out.
Yeah, and the money that they raise at CMA Fest and stuff like that, which used to be called Fanfare a long time ago when I first moved to town, that all kind of goes to helping public schools and do that, not just here in Nashville, but around
Yes, sir.
where they can spread the wealth there. But no,
So
it's
keep
a
buying
great
your
thing. So
CMA
it's all those
tickets.
people that you watch at the CMA Fest that are playing for free, all the big acts and stuff like that. They're doing it because it gets us back to the core.
Yeah.
and
You
that's
played at
helping those
CMA
other
Fest
folks
this
out.
year, didn't you?
I did.
What, yeah, tell us
I
about
did.
that.
So I played the reverb stage with Liz. I had 6 shows in 5 days, something like that. So I had 3 or 4 shows with Liz, and then I had 3 or 4 shows with my band. It was funny though, because I'm an ambassador, I had a event staff pass, but then I was signing at Fanfare, so then I had a Fanfare pass, but then I was playing with Liz, so I had an artist pass. So it got real confusing when I went to go get my credentials.
Yeah, but you were like Mr. CMA Fest. You could do anything.
I had the dad pass. Just
Just let him go.
had
Oh,
the dad
man.
pass.
By the way, speaking of live events downtown, tomorrow, I think it's the 20th, is the Tootsie's. No, it's September 20th, not August 20th. September 20th is the Tootsie's Birthday Bash down Lower Broadway.
Oh yeah.
So that'll be
Love
fun. I thought it
Tootsie's.
was tomorrow for some reason, but I saw 20th, but it's September 20th. when it
Tomorrow, high
happens.
school football gets kicked off here.
Yes, my daughter
There we
is
go.
going to be cheering, so I'll be on the sideline for another season of that. It's
Cheer,
so
Dad.
exciting. I love it's high school football is an event all to itself.
Yes, sir.
I love it. I just love it. Yeah,
There's
so
nothing like
it
it.
all begins, right?
There's nothing like going to a small town football game.
Right.
Like South Pittsburgh, Tennessee, out of control. You go to anywhere in small
Anywhere
town
where the parents
Alabama.
can heckle is incredible.
Anywhere.
Some of the parents get a little bit out of control.
Michael Seaton's mama told one of the refs to go back to Foot Locker one time. I was a freshman on the sideline and was like, "This is the greatest thing I've ever heard in my life."
Oh, it's the best thing ever.
I will cherish that line forever. I will yell that at some
Go
point
back
this
to
season.
Foot Locker.
Go back
Man,
to
Go
Foot
back to
I was
Foot
like,
That
this
is the
brutal.
ultimate.
So
ultimate.
that's the thing with acting. I couldn't play ball. Not that it would have been any good anyway, but I couldn't afford to get hurt because, like, when we were doing all the Wimpy Kid movies, I couldn't put on a pair of pads in spring training, break my collarbone, and not be able to go work on a film.
But you could argue that would make you more of a wimpy kid.
Exactly, which I wasn't really for on the personal side of life. But in high school, I was a trainer's aide, so I taped up all the guys on the sideline, and then I would read the opposing offensive coordinator's hand signals and break them down. So by halftime, I would have 4 or 5 of their plays.
You're the original science
And
teacher.
then-
I
and
feel
then
like
we do
that,
it.
you know, it's an Alabama trait. Just kidding.
No, yeah.
Do we
Sure
have
is.
Do we have traffic, David? Stand by. Roll that beautiful footage.
Come on with it.
Time is 2 minutes past 7 o'clock. David Park joins us with a traffic update. Good morning, my man.
Good morning, my other man and the man and woman. We are working some problems. Unfortunately, in Lebanon, we got the state fair going on there. We got an injury crash on Sparta Pike just off I-40, and then a new one on Carthage Highway at Spring Creek Road, also in Lebanon. Donaldson's still working that injury crash. Unfortunately, Lebanon Pike and McGavick Pike's kind of tying up the traffic in that zone. And got a crash reported coming down from Hendersonville. Vietnam Vets coming inbound near exit 3. And we do see a lot of inbound traffic coming down Vietnam Vets around town. Traffic is just building in the usual spots. Taking a look down on the south side, this is I-24 coming in past Old Hickory Boulevard out of Rutherford County. You're making it there, but it's not anywhere near a speed limit drive. That car's not going 70. You can tell that. So just get ready for the volume, building in all the normal spots. And just to remind you, sometimes HOA needs to be spelled SOB. Just saying.
That is good.
That's spicy. D
We're
Park,
going to all get our funds raised after this episode.
thank you, my traffic brother. We appreciate you. Always
man.
catch us updates on TikTok there during the daytime. What's your handle on TikTok again until we get the QR code?
Yeah, my handle on TikTok is Nashville Traffic Beat.
Nashville Traffic
And
Beat.
I was crazy busy yesterday with that closure of I-65.
Oh, God. You know what? I have some. Hey, Chris, you have that video that I had? So, what was happening on the side of 65 yesterday by Armory Drive? Do you know there was? So
a
there
brush
was.
fire.
Rampant
There was a brush fire.
What?
So what caused it? Because it went on for 0.2 of a mile. I have some video. We'll play it. I took the video while I was driving by because it was the strangest sight.
It was kind of crazy, and you don't know if somebody's flicking a cigarette out the window. They weren't vaping.
No.
Something somewhere caused a spark. Dry weather for a day or two, and you get
Yeah.
crispy grass and can get in fuego.
We understand. Thanks, David. I want to show you that video
I
though.
wanna see this.
It was. Let me know when it's rolling. It was right by Armory Drive. Here it is. So, and
This is your video?
this is my video. So,
Not monkey.
so there's the firefighters, right?
Yeah.
But watch. This goes on. Hey, hello, Miss Kitties. Layla loves you. Hello, Titan Motoring. Sponsor
Hello.
us.
This is a great sponsor,
But it keeps
yeah.
going on.
Brand new showroom, gun shop.
There's the gun range. There. So
Classic.
and Service Master wanted to get some airtime. But this is what it was like. See it?
It was a controlled burn.
That's not a cigarette butt.
Yeah, because like that, yeah. I wonder what that
Great.
was.
You think it was a controlled burn?
That's what my story would be.
I know. But and look, by the way, it goes on. Okay, so it wasn't just that one little spot where the firefighters were working. It went all the way down. Right to that's the Armour
I
Drive
don't
exit.
even, yeah.
So that
What do you
was.
think that could be?
Somebody got their
If you know
money's
what it
worth.
was, jump online, let us know right there. Hey, by the way, Music City Work Club is where we are located, where we're broadcasting the studios here. The studio, by the way, also hosts other podcasts, and they're having a podcast party tomorrow. It is Thursday, August 20th at 7 p.m. here at Music City Work Club at 4909 Alabama Avenue. If you're interested in podcasting at all, stop by. It's a great place to meet people,
That's
meet
the
other
party
business
you
people.
were thinking of.
Yes, the Tootsie's birthday bash a month from now.
Yeah.
The podcast party here tomorrow.
Yeah.
And then if you hear thumping in the background,
Yeah.
did you hear that?
No.
They have a 6 o'clock workout class. It's called Move Your Body, Elevate Your Day type thing. So
I did see some like gym bros in the hallway.
Yes. So you can do a cold plunge at 2 o'clock in the morning if you want. Over here. That might be good for you. Like if you're pulling all nighters, we just stick you in the
Oh my
cold plunge
gosh.
and bring you out
You
here.
can stay up for 48 hours straight.
I'm good. I love my
Have
sleep.
you ever done a cold
Contrary to popular
plunge?
belief, I love to sleep.
Have you ever done a cold plunge?
I have. I got to do a cold plunge, and then they had like a steam room right after it.
Yeah.
So I did the whole little circuit one time. It was pretty good. I dug it.
Are you a cold plunger?
I'm a big sauna guy.
So I,
Big sauna guy.
They have a program here called the. They have that too here.
Noted.
They have a program called the Decision, and part of the program here called the Decision is getting in the cold plunge for a minute. And I mean, I swim in Maine, right? The cold plunge makes Maine ocean water seem like a sauna.
Yeah.
But this is crazy thing. After you get out, you're so invigorated, right? And I guess it's only for certain people. It's not for everybody.
die. That's what that
You're basically trying not to die for 60
trying not to
seconds,
die.
Yeah.
and then you get out and you're like, I survived.
Yeah,
I'm
the
good.
craziest thing though is like, and then my husband, anytime we go do it, he's like, you've got to get your heart underwater to get like the full effects. And
Dunk
it's
your head. That's what
crazier
they
like
told me.
how
I
much
just-
colder you get, like when your
And I was
heart
just leveling
gets
out.
there. Ugh.
I almost got
It's tough.
hypothermia one time, and I jumped in the water at Yosemite.
Is that legal?
Coming off the glacier, yeah, it was fine. And then I was in my Chacos.
I feel
or
like
whatever.
that's a news
I had
story,
to,
right?
I had to boulder up to it, and I thought it was odd because when I came out of the water, I wasn't cold.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, this is awesome. Not thinking that it was because the temperature difference was that drastic that when I came out of it, I wasn't cold at all. The air was so much warmer. And then I got the whole
Wow.
rickets deal.
The
It wasn't
Ricketts
fun.
deal.
That's
Not in a pair of
crazy.
Chacos trying to boulder back to where I came from. And
My
You
one
know.
regret about Israel is that I did not bring my Chacos.
Really?
I don't even know if I still have Chacos, but like, I mean, they're great shoes. You can do anything.
what were
in
you?
them.
What were you rocking in Israel?
Like,
Going to
kinda
Israel's
nice
on my
shoes.
bucket list. So when you said that you'd gone there last second, I totally was envious. Like what Nikki's doing at Lake Como,
Mm-hmm.
Italy. I take. But when you say you went to Israel, my church is going in a year and a half, and I might go on that trip.
You should go. My old pastor from Alabama takes groups like twice a year.
But
That's awesome.
but it's like this place that looks different in person than it does in the pictures.
Yeah, you want to hear something crazy? Like crazy? So we went to the city of David in Israel, in Jerusalem, and that was my favorite part. You're going to see David's palace, and you're going to see the pilgrimage trail where Jesus walked up to the temple every day. And it's like the original. I mean, it's mind blowing, but like how many? Because this is obviously thousands of years ago.
Right.
But how cities get built like on top of each
Top of each
other.
other, right.
And so we're down at the bottom, like we're on the original like ground zero down there. And there's these like pieces of clay. And the guy like picks up a piece of clay. The GM of the Knicks was given a piece of clay from either the GM or the owner was given a piece of clay from either the GM or the owner of the Philadelphia Eagles. And when the Eagles won the Super Bowl, the GM or owner, I'm saying both because I don't know which one it was, had that piece of clay, and he gave it to the Knicks guy, and he was like, here, use this throughout the playout run. Like, it's holy, like, it's very
Yeah.
special. And then the Knicks won with it. So we got
Get
to
the
bring
clay, baby.
home
We gotta get the
illegally
clay.
Can
a
we get
piece
that
of
to the
clay.
Titans? Can we get
Should
that?
I go give that to the Titans?
You should.
I should break a piece of clay off and go give it to them.
I feel like that
because
would be-
it's holy, it's powerful.
If you could get it to Amy, the owner,
Yeah.
that would be a terrific thing right now.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Maybe she could put, like, a little
because
shadow
I feel
box.
like that's where we need to go with this whole thing
That's what needs
Before-
to be done.
right.
Before the season starts.
before the season starts. Right there.
Isn't that pretty cool?
That's awesome.
I
Yeah.
think that's a pretty cool story.
So I have it
actually.
on my nightstand, my little piece of clay.
What prevented you from reaching down and grabbing your own?
I did.
Oh, you brought that. That's.
I literally
Wait, hold on. I'm listening. Wait, you stole from one of the temples.
She absconded.
Original
She
temples?
she
It
absconded.
ended up in my bag.
Okay.
I don't know how.
So I almost got detained in Australian customs,
Oh, no.
which would have honestly been fine with me. When my granddad died, I got the flowers from his graveside service, and somebody made a little resin necklace for me. My buddy at home, and so when we were in London, I hopped a train to Tolkien's grave, the man who wrote the Lord of the Rings, and did the same thing. And so that's what this is. But we were on the way to Australia, so I had plant material, which you have to declare in my journal, because I had just, folded the flowers in my journal. And they're like, yeah, we can watch you throw it away, or you might be here a minute. And I'm like, brother, if it's all right with you, I'll just hang out with you for a few days. And I made it through. We were good. All is well.
What do they do in those few days?
Bringing agriculture in.
Yeah, well,
You
it's
cannot
bringing-
bring a foreign
right.
plant.
No, in New Zealand, you can't have foreign soil on your shoes or on your ski equipment or anything like that.
What would
they're super
that
tight.
do?
It's just protect the environment.
Who brought kudzu to America?
He knows.
I'm telling you.
I believe, I could be wrong.
Come in a little closer to the microphone.
I could be wrong, but I believe it was, in theory, going to be good for erosion control. But the weather in the
Get on
south
this.
did not get cold enough to kill it. So it just...
Kept going. Now we have to hire.
My dad's
teams of goats.
my dad's always
Yes.
he's built homes his whole life, and so I believe that was the idea was it was going to help like riverbeds and different things with erosion control when they brought it over. I believe from Japan.
It is
I could
from
be
Japan.
I could be wrong.
And then
uh,
they brought the Asian carp in to actually combat that, and then no,
Yep.
It was
You're looking
for
it up right now.
erosion
Erosion
control,
control.
brought from Japan.
Look at there,
it's a
Daddy Jerry,
soil
look at there.
stabilizer.
See, I was paying attention.
Are you? Do you have a yard? Are you a?
No,
Okay.
I'm not a yard owner.
You're not a yard owner. You're going to be.
Got to.
You got
to
to.
get the dogs in the yard.
Hey, I
Winston
live on the-
is 90 pounds.
I live on the highway, and one of the coolest things I have seen was a few houses down. A guy's got a zip line ran from his house to the highway on a tree with a little rope hanging down from it. I was like, what's he going to zip line from his front porch? He clips his dog to the rope so the dog can run, and it keeps the dog in the yard without running into the highway. It's a zip line with a rope.
I've
that
seen
just-
that before. Yeah,
that
yeah,
just
yeah. But
clips
that way
to
the
his
dog
collar.
doesn't get tangled up, right? If you leash up your dog in the yard, they can't get tangled around the tree or whatever. So this is
But
a
it
way.
keeps it from running out in the highway.
I need that.
Yeah.
I
It's
ha-
like, that's genius.
It is so genius.
Right.
My dog, yeah, because Lido has to get on
Lido.
a cable, my little dog sometimes, and we were at the lake the other
Is
weekend.
this the one with the broken ankle?
No, that's Winston.
Oh, Winston.
We've had a summer
What's
of dog.
happening to your dogs?
Well, I told you, my parents took them this summer. They DHR'd me, and they took
Mm.
my children away from me. And now they're back to Nashville life with no yard, and we're trying to work on it. But Lido was tied up on a cable in the yard so he wouldn't run away, and we're all in the water. He jumped, and we're like far away. He jumped in the water on his little cable leash to try to swim to me because he has such separation anxiety. And he was like obviously going nowhere and like getting tangled in the cable. And I was like swimming like Michael Phelps to get him. He's not that smart, but he is kind of smart because he knew how to get to me. But if we had a zip line on the water,
Boom.
Make swim back.
Problem solved.
Grayson, you asked me a question about Layla when you walked in there. Is she smart or is she what? What's the
Dumb as a sack of rocks.
dumb as a sack of rocks?
Because doodles, I've seen them go either direction.
Oh yeah,
Lido's a dumb doodle for sure.
right.
For
There's
sure.
something up with that. I totally agree with you.
My favorite thing to watch now is how you can get the little buttons that have the words assigned to it that your animals can
teach
press
the
and teach them to talk. There's some account, I can't remember it. If I would, I'd say it. They've got a pig. They got a pet pig. And, of course, pigs are incredibly intelligent.
Right.
And it was like expressing emotions because it was asking for a treat and they were saying no. And he was like, treat? They're like, no. He was like, yes. They're like, no. He was like, treat? They're like, no. He said, yes. They said, no. He went, mad and walked off.
I've got to figure
Went
out
out to
this
the
account.
other end of the room. And I'm like,
I love it. I love it. That's hilarious.
they're
Oh
expressing emotion via these buttons. That's insane.
I need to get my parents to do that for their ducks. They have some ducks.
You have trained
I don't
ducks.
know
Your
if
parents
ducks
have
are
trained
that-
ducks.
Well, they're in the
Witty.
process of training them. You think ducks are smart?
I think geese are smart.
Geese? No, I think geese are dumb.
Well, geese are mean.
Geese are
Geese are
mean.
mean.
And I don't know why I would equate that with particular intelligence. But
I'm going to take this to
but
Google.
they express more emotion than ducks do.
I see that.
Wow, geese, highly intelligent. They have advanced problem-solving
Ding,
skills.
ding, they have advanced. Let's go.
He's an actor, he's a musician, and he's actually our own Wikipedia
He's
in the
actually
studio
smart.
with us. Knows more about random things than you could possibly ever understand. We're going to go just a little bit over right now. I'm having too much fun.
Oh my gosh.
I got a master's in counseling. If you want to add that to the list.
You have a master's in counseling. Where'd you get that?
Seminary, Pentecostal Theological Seminary.
Tell me more.
This is Alabama education shining bright.
We love
Don't
it.
rank us last.
Glistening, baby, glistening. I did see where it was. I believe it was called the Mississippi Miracle. Their reading level for fourth graders, I think, was higher than like California's, and it moved them from, because we always said Alabama, thank God for Mississippi, because they were always, Alabama would be ranked like 49th, but then Mississippi would be 50.
Always count on
And they
them.
were calling it the Mississippi Miracle because their reading proficiency of fourth graders moved them up to like 16th in the nation. So
Wow.
good for Mississippi.
Good for Mississippi. There's something about it. School systems have become an administrative state for the most part,
yeah.
and
'cause they
places
got the
like
flock
Mississippi
cameras.
that are shifting the.
Oh my gosh. Oh.
Places that are shifting back to the classroom and focusing on, like Mississippi, they can see big results in a short period of time. You know,
Yeah.
you'd like to see it more
The
often. but-
Mississippi Miracle, baby.
That's amazing. When you were in school, did y'all have the presidential fitness test?
like JFK presidential fitness
So when
test,
I
like
was
that
in
one?
school,
Was that a
we
Bush
still had
thing?
gym class, right? Did you have gym class?
Yes.
Right.
We had
Okay.
the
so
presidential
you had to go-
fitness test.
Right. We did all that stuff there, but we'd actually have these little outfits we'd put on and
Oh,
go
same.
out for gym.
Y'all
and
had
do-
uniforms.
Right.
You had to put on those cotton Russell athletic shorts, baby, and get to go playing some kickball.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Oh my gosh.
Then they had to
bring
put
back
books over their heads in case the A-bomb dropped.
The tornado. That.
We had art class. We had
art class, and my teacher, her
Home
name
ec?
was Miss Crunk.
Miss Crunk.
Oh, I
What
had
a
Miss Bell.
Fun
Miss
name.
Crunk for was that an art teacher?
An art teacher.
Oh, that's perfect.
CRUNK, like Crunk, like
Get
Lil
crunk.
Jon. Let's get crunk.
Let's get Crunk.
I was asking about the yard because I wanted to mention Pure Turf, which is one of our sponsors.
Let's go Pure Turf.
We
Do
love
they
Pure
turf your
Turf there,
yard?
but it's a good time of the year to start taking care of the stuff heading into fall, right?
Okay.
Before we get all that
Winterize
taken
your
care of.
yard.
So, we have a special website that they made for us, and I will try to get the link for that and put it up on the screen for the next show on Friday. But you're coming back Friday.
I'm back.
You have a permanent invitation, Grayson, to
Thank
come
you.
in here.
This is a whole lot of fun. I had no idea what I was walking into. This is great.
I actually didn't either.
This is great.
I just said be here.
And we will definitely. And
Exactly.
thank you for coming in. We appreciate you. We will have Nikki coming in via Zoom or whatever
Yeah.
on Friday from Lake Como, Italy.
Italy.
Sorry, guys, I can't do the show on Wednesday and Friday.
Oh,
I'm going to
yeah.
Lake Como for a partnership deal.
Yeah.
So tough.
Get
I
off
wonder
the
if
cross.
she's going to try to bring back some plants. We'll do an experiment with her.
So-
What soil can she get back?
But join us on Friday. We'll be here at 6:15 in the morning for Not the News. And thanks, everyone, for tuning in this morning. Your comments are great. We're getting better at this. We're figuring out as we go.
Yeah.
And the show will change from where you are right now to what it is a year from now. But right now, it's fun.
Well, thank y'all for
It's good
having
to-
me. Y'all all follow this bunch. Y'all know how to do it. Y'all are here.
Follow this bunch.
Follow this bunch.
Yeah, come back, okay?
At Grayson, GRAYSONC, Russell, 2 S's and 2 L's. Look for the dude with all the hair.
Tell us where to watch Blue Ridge 2.
Blue Ridge is on Sundays at 10 Eastern Time on Inspiration Network, and then on Mondays on YouTube. Regular old YouTube.
So 9 Central. All right.
9 Central.
Good. And then Talladega Nights is just,
It's there.
it's a classic
Get your concert
forever.
tickets. I will tell you, don't dance too hard with your Michelob Ultra beer bottle. You will chip a tooth because that's how much fun it is.
Come to
Go watch
Talladega.
that guy.
Our assignment for Friday is to talk about events that are happening this weekend in town,
Here.
okay? Because we missed like the rodeo, we missed
Yeah.
fairs, we missed a lot of stuff last week because we were looking straight down and not out.
Exactly. But that is also why we're going to do the sacrifice and do all the research, because it's so easy to miss events
Yeah.
in Nashville when you're living in Nashville, because we
there's
live
so
here.
many of them.
There's so
it's
many
like,
of
of course
them.
there's something going on.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So we're going to do the homework.
All right, and thanks to our producer, Chris Yost. Chris, great job as always, my brother. Thank you all. We appreciate you, and David Park with the traffic there. So we'll see you guys on Friday. Appreciate everyone. Thank you.
Kudzus for erosion control.